And a very happy Wednesday to everybody. Today, before I get started, you may notice that my two videos that talk about scams have been slightly edited. The original contributor to those stories decided that they would prefer not to have their information out there. They were concerned for other reasons. And so I did take those down. I may re-edit them and put them together in another video later with better editing for information and anonymity for those who shared. Remember, if you do send me anything that you don't want your name on, just give me a notice when you send it to me that you'd like to remain anonymous, and I'll always do my best to try to respect your anonymity on this channel. So, but I will also do my best to try to warn everybody of anything that I think is a scam, and I want to make sure that you guys stay safe. And that's why I do that. I also do this. Share videos and information for you guys. Balf Nation shares this one. Welcome to Liverpool. Enjoy the best excerpts of Katrina Balfe alongside Sam Heughan, David Barry, Joey Phillips, Gloria Abbiano, and more in this edit from Outlander, behind the scenes, the making of Philadelphia. Edit by Balf Nation from Outlander Stars YouTube clip. Check out our stories in the link for the full videos. Let's just see what this one is, okay?
Welcome to Liverpool.
Here we are in Philadelphia, known for cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak and Boys to Men.
We're actually in Liverpool, which is famous for the Beatles.
Ding, 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 ding.
It's really nice to get out of Scotland for a minute and have some fresh sets and fresh locations to be at.
Philadelphia was a new step up. It was a step up into a very kind of cosmopolitan city, and I was kind of struck in the research how big it was. Like Wilmington was 1-2-story buildings. Philadelphia were 4-5 brick story buildings. I mean, they were massive.
Patrick Conroy and Michael Wilson have been spinning plates and throwing darts at graphs and charts, and everything has been planned within an inch.
Been so many different departments involved to get us to this point, and it has been months and months in the making.
We only have this one street, and they want to expand the area, so that way we're going to be extending the street down, and then we're going to have a drone shot following the carriage, and it lifts up and looks at the far horizon.
We've all relocated, the whole cast, the whole crew, everyone's here. It's like a big school trip. It's amazing how things can double like this.
Yo, the house is, I want to say splendiferous. Is that a word? It is now. The house is absolutely fantastic.
Every single department is sort of working at their absolute max.
The thing that never ceased to amaze me is how we can write something down on the script and our department and our production teams brings it to life.
I have that same look on my face as Katrina there. I just think that was so cool. Yeah, Philadelphia is a very different kind of setting than we get throughout Outlander for the most part. So we're looking for an actual town and an established city. And Liverpool did do a really good job of pulling that off. Well done, Liverpool. But no, most importantly, the set dressers, the location, the people who go out and figure out where things are going to be made. They did a great job. I think we talked a little bit about that on this week's actually, review of the episode. It's something they do throughout Outlander. They pick these fantastic locations that really help bring the story to life. Just chef's kiss on that one. And I remember when we found out they were recording in Liverpool, I had some behind the scenes images to share back then. And it's very neat to see it go from that to, what they had in the second half of season 7. It was just beautifully put together. Yeah. Let's see what else I got. I save the blood of my blood folks to the end, but these were funny and I enjoyed them. Jeremy Irvine, Irvine, is of course going to be playing Claire's daddy. So I wanted to share this one. Jeremy Irvine is in Seychelles Islands, the Seychelles Islands, I don't know, of East Africa. I'm sure other people know how to pronounce that properly. I am not one of those people. However, he does share these pictures, and I mean, a beautiful beach, lovely sky. I like the clouds in the far, far background. Where he is, it looks very clear, and just that is a clean, nice beach. Dig it. And a tortoise. I love tortoises. I always, when I was a kid, thought, I don't care how slow they go, they would make an excellent seat. You can ride on them when they're going places. I always thought a tortoise would be a fun pet. Oh, now he's in the shade, looking nice. Good shades there too, buddy. Those are nice. Oh my gosh, is that not just incredibly gorgeous? I want to go to the beach now. Okay, now I really have to try to work out so I can feel like it's all right to put on a bathing suit because I am very, very shy and self-conscious. That is beautiful. Oh my, I want to go dip my toes in that ocean and walk along that beach. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Jeremy, for sharing these. We're very excited to see how you do on Blood of My Blood. We're not nervous. We're not nervous at all. And handsome guys today. Outlander Online shares these new photos of David Barry. Mary Arrow Photography, I think is what it says, is who that's from, and hashtagging David Barry and Lord John and Outlander stars, and oh my gosh, all that fun stuff. But we just got him, he's just sitting, but he looks so nice just a sitting. Oh, and the black and white version, also beautiful. Yes, we adore David. I adore David. Oh my gosh. Get to meet him in like a week and a half, week and a day, yeah, pretty soon, pretty darn soon. That's a nice jacket. That's a nice color on him too. That suede, yeah, that's lovely. I enjoy it. Another black and white image, just showing off how cute he is. I wonder if they'd take a new headshots for, autographs. That's what it is. Nope, another nice one, yep. And one final one, very classic, very black and white. I'm sure I'll use one of these for a thumbnail. We'll have to see how that goes. And we did see Stephen Cree at Church's Club. This also came across, and I just didn't have a good spot to slide it in lately, but I wanted to show it off. Edward Spaliers, another tip-top evening with Churches, celebrating some of the finest British craftsmanship around for the company, the Church Club, the Church's shoes. And again, we gotta show off our shiny shoes. And Ed always, he does a little bit of he's like Caesar. He does like a little fashion modeling and stuff. Well, and Sam too. Don't they all do that, don't they? Kind of promote somebody that they look good and it looks good on them. So they're like, everybody should look as good as me. And Ed does that. Although he was doing modeling for these awesome drawstring slacks. And I mean, they were like drawstring like you'd see men's pajamas, but they were slacks. That is clever. That's got to be comfy too. I want drawstring pants with really good pockets. All right, on to the Sam portion of our video. Point Blank 1959 shares this one. Sam with his friend, often challenger Stephen Cree. This is not a recent picture, but it's a nice segue into what we're going with. They've known each other since they were students at the RCS together. Stephen graduated 1 year before Sam because he's so much older. Kay Becker, 1938, shared this originally. Sam Heughan and Stephen Cree. And these two. They are a couple of goofballs. They really are together. When you get them together, yeah, they play off each other really well. So, but I like this picture here. And now I'm going to go to some stuff on Threads, which is why it's at the end, so it's easier on me, and why it's in a recording, because it's a real pain in the butt to put it in live. Let's see what I got. All right, the first bit I have here is from Katniss Joel, and I know I'm saying it wrong every time, but they do put up some fun stuff for us. And it's a video. It says BBC Saturday Live, and it's a chat with Sam Heughan. I just thought it would be fun to listen. So if you're cool with that, we're going to do that.
I think being brought up in rural Scotland, there were 4 people in my class at school. And I would say I was perhaps not a bit of a loner in some ways, maybe just because you spend a lot of time on your own. I was out very fortunate to play in the forests or the grounds of an old castle where we were brought up and raised. And I think that sort of being alone and using your imagination really sparked something inside me. And I think perhaps also gives you the drive as well. When I moved to Edinburgh when I was a teenager, just sort of the joy of exploration and not knowing what's coming next really sort of benefited, I think, my career as an actor as well.
Is that where the love of Stravaiging comes from?
The Stravaiging.
Dropping in a little Scots there.
What is that?
Stravaiging, yeah. Well, I believe it means to go for a wee wander just as the sun is setting. So you're sort of walking out in nature and enjoying that, and just going for a walk, going for a wander. And I think, yeah, I really do. I've found myself all around the world, stravaiging around. And I think as an actor or a musician or, as a model, I think you never know where your next job is coming from. So I think you you take every opportunity that you can, and you try and enjoy that.
Okay, I think we actually might have heard this one before, possibly at least in part, but it was so nice to hear him talk that I just let it play. I hope you're okay with that. And it is always fun, I think, to hear a little bit about our actors' past, especially when they were kids, and how they've picked up these habits that they have as adults. He likes to adventure and explore and do things, and now we know why. Grew up on a castle grounds and could just go play in the forest. That's awesome. Well, I don't know how that got in here. I feign innocence, and there's feigning. That's also Canis Joel share. So thank you very much. 1922 to 1922. Ha! 2022 to 2010. And look at that difference, don't I feel? Wow, yeah, he's so much older. That's a shame. Anywho, yeah, I'm not looking. You're not looking. We're not looking. We're way mature for that. We just are. And so I suggest we take our mature selves out there and do something good for the day. I hope that this gets you through your Wednesday, or helps you give it a push to get through the Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? Yeah, it is Wednesday. I kept thinking maybe it's Tuesday, but no, it is Wednesday. I am going to go down to the courthouse and see if I can defer my jury duty at some point today. But I hope that you have more interesting things in your day planned as we get through this 11th week of Outlander. Yeah, we're doing this. We're doing this again. One last time. Unless we count the next Outlander and it just lasts for freaking ever. Anywho, thanks so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, got a little something fun out of it, give her a like. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notifications bell so you know when to come back for more new fun stuff. Tomorrow I will be on at my regular time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So mark your calendar, check it out, and it'll be the same next week. It's the week after that. Unless they push things back again, in which things will change a bit, but we'll get to that when we get to it. Actually, next Thursday, I won't be able to be live. I'll be on a bus. So we'll get to it when we get to it. I'll figure something out. To my members, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks so much for your extra support. Thank you to my new members for joining. I want to thank you very much for your support, and there is a new video out for just my members, so don't miss that. To everyone, thanks for joining me today. Thanks for coming and viewing. Thank you for subscribing and continuing to return as the goofy purple lady does things and finds things that hopefully you find mildly interesting. Again, if you ever want to share any information with me and you want to remain anonymous as I share it with others, make sure you let me know when you write me, and I will do my best to respect your wishes on my end. Thank you again for those of you who do contribute. I do appreciate it very much. Kathy, you're so fun. You just send me the fun stuff. So I appreciate that very, very much. And to everybody, go forth, conquer, have a great day, rock on, be groovy, all that other silly stuff. And if you didn't get enough Outlander information, make sure you do check out the playlist below. There's a decent little variety of Outlander stuff, and you might want to check out the other TV stuff, because I'm going to be bringing that back here eventually. But no matter which video you do choose, I'll see you there.